Are you ready to learn about the newest gaming token that comes out at the end of this month, which I think could go 100x to the moon, to the stars, well beyond that? Welcome in, my friends. I'm David. I'm here with cryptotutorials.org, and today I want to talk to you about Star Atlas. This is a gaming token that's coming out towards the end of this month that I am very, very excited about. If you are just a general cryptocurrency investor and you're not involved in the gaming space, let me just tell you, you're missing out by ignoring this segment. I've got a chart behind me that shows you, but you can see there's at least 3 in the top 100 tokens are gaming tokens right now, with a lot more climbers. And if you look beyond that into what's happened in the last month, the growth has been phenomenal. This is a project called Crypto Blades, shooting up from $5 all the way to $180 a token. Obviously, it's calmed down some since then, but it's still sitting around $40 a token, which is an amazing ride for a brand new thing in 30 days. Then you got the beast in the whole system, Axie Infinity, which has been around forever and growing and growing. Well, let's look from $15 up to $70 this month. Oh, and by the way, they're doing 1.9 billion in volume. So these gaming tokens are no longer just a little side, adventure that somebody's having fun with. This is a big deal in the space, and it makes sense. You've got a young male audience, ties right in with gaming, computing, being on their systems. These play-to-earn games are only going to get bigger and bigger, in my opinion. And the beast in the system that's coming out here at the end of this month is this one called Star Atlas. So Polis, Atlas, 2 different tokens. They're having their IDO. They're having it in a couple different spaces. I am going to go over all this. I'm going to explain to you, if you're interested in picking up this token, just what you need to start doing now to prepare yourself so that you have the best chance to pick up some of the token. I'm going to put together videos on how to get your Solana tokens, how to get your wallet set up, how to use these different exchange platforms so that you really get a good shot at it if this is something that you want to invest in, all right? So do me a favor. Hammer that like button. Let the gods of YouTube know that you think this is a good video, that this is worth sharing. Tap on that subscribe. That way you can get notified when I do release more videos as we get closer to this token release date. If I get any updates and new information on the project, I'll make sure to let you guys know all about it. Let's get started. Warning, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not investment advice. Seek a professional. Hey, before I jump in on Ethereum 2.0 and Matic, I want to tell you about something really cool that happened to me the other day with Blocto. Now, if you don't know, Blocto is a token that's coming out here in a few months, and I participated in a bounty airdrop for them. Received $200 worth of the free token just for doing that bounty airdrop, but in addition, they allowed me the opportunity to buy in early on the token before it became available for the public. This is the reason airdrops are so valuable, and you gotta find the right ones. So do me a favor, go to getmyfreecrypto.com. I'm putting the link down below. That is where I have a $97 Airdrop Masterclass that I put together, and I'm offering it for free, 0 cost. You just give me your information. I will send you over the links. You can jump right in and learn how to get in on these airdrops where you can get early access to tokens too. So all of this excitement came around because of a recent announcement from the Star Atlas team. Very transparent team. They've been talking about all kinds of features and pieces of this project from day one. Lots of great AMAs, but recently they released this little notice on Medium, and that let everybody know that the token is coming out at the end of the month, and a little bit about the token. So there are going to be 2 different tokens released for Star Atlas for the game, ATLAS and POLIS. ATLAS is the in-game token. So when you want to buy a weapon, a ship, resources, a crew member, any of the different features that you can buy in the game, you're going to buy those using the ATLAS token. And also if you sell any of your stuff, you're going to get the ATLAS token back there. Then you got the POLIS token, which is going to be the game governance, governance for how the game is run, voting and all of that. And then I also read somewhere that it's going to have to do with some of the land ownership and land usage as well, is actually going to be handled by the POLIS token. So 2 different tokens, both are going to be very valuable in the game. I'm sure there'll probably be different ways to earn both of them in the game, but that's what's going to be released. They're releasing $1 million, I believe, of each token. Let's see, here it is down here. Yep, $1 million each, and an additional $500,000 of tokens through the DEX offerings on Raydium and Apollo. So it looks like $1 million goes to FTX, which is one of the places, and I'll show you how to use FTX. It's an exchange, and then Apollo and Raydium, we're going to look at too. There are some limitations on those depending on where you are. You may either not be able to use them or have to, use a VPN or something like that. All right. But this is a really exciting project. As I said, quick overview of the project. If you don't know, Star Atlas is a massive multiplayer online game. It is based in outer space. It is very, very, very wide open. There's lots of great tutorials, so I'm not going to get in depth with it. But I mean, everything from fighting and racing and mining for resources. It's open source, so people are going to be able to add new modules in, which means things like gambling on racing, gambling on fighting, as well as, practically anything you can imagine is going to come out of it. It's built on the Unreal 5 game engine, which means fantastic graphics, high resolution. This isn't going to be like a lot of the crypto gaming projects, where it looks like you're playing a card game from 1997 or something on your computer. This is going to look good, play good, feel good. And this team is taking their time. You're probably 12 months out on their development schedule from actually playing any of the high resolution versions of the game, which likely means 18, maybe even 24 months before you really, really are going to get to play this game, because most of these projects get delayed a little. Now, I think that that's worth it to invest in a token that I think can go this far. And there are going to be steps along the way, small iterative playable versions of different pieces that you're going to be able to get involved in. So you're not just going to have to sit idly and let the token sit for 2 years. But that's kind of the short version of where the game is going to go. Now, what I really want to focus on are the 3 different places that you can purchase it. All right, so here I've pulled up the first site that they mentioned for the sale. This is called FTX. It is a centralized exchange. It handles a lot of different tokens. And one of the key things is that it handles Solana. Everything about Star Atlas has been built on Solana, and for good reason. Solana is one of the fastest and cheapest blockchains out there, and they need this for this kind of game. You're not going to want to, defeat someone else's starship and earn the minerals from it and have to sit for 15 minutes while the blockchain records the transaction before you can do anything. It's going to kill the video game and kill the fun. So Solana, transactions happening in a second or less, 100,000 transactions per second volume they can handle. That's why this exchange was chosen. So I'm going to have to set up a Solana wallet. I'm going to set up Solana tokens. I'm going to get the USD coin for Solana as well and get that ready. And I'm going to explain all of this, links up there as I go, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm prepared for the day that this thing launches here at the end of the month. Like I said, FTX, FTX.com is the main site. If you're outside of the United States, FTX.us is the US version. I do believe both will be carrying the token, but I'm going to make sure to check in. There's some AMAs coming up in this month, and I'm going to make sure to figure out for sure if the token will be available on both the US and the international site. Obviously, if you have to use the international one, it looks like it's VPN time for you, but hopefully this one will work out. So I'm going to sign up for FTX. I'm going to get everything and show a video doing all that. I'm going to show a video with the wallet, with Solana, with all of that too. Just keep an eye out for those links. Beyond FTX, there were 2 other platforms that they mentioned. First one being Raydium. And as you can see right here in their accelerator program, they have Star Atlas featured. Obviously, they know that this is going to be a big, big hit when it takes off. And usually the way that these work is you stake some money into a pool, and randomly a certain amount of people get their tokens transferred into the new token. You don't know if yours is going to be a win or a loss. It's kind of a randomized thing. So it can be a little tricky. It's a little bit of a gamble, but if you get it, you get the token usually at the lowest price because they just dump them all at that base price to everybody. Now, I haven't been able to find out for sure if this is going to be available in the US. I will tell you, most of the time, these projects are not. Usually these accelerators and these IDO platforms are not available in the US, but I'll find out for sure on Raydium. And if you're interested, there's a Raydium airdrop, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and jump in on that too. It looks like they're airdropping $100,000 worth of Raydium, and I'd love to pick some of this token up as well. All right. On to Apollo-X. This is the other place that they mentioned that this was the the IDO style drop was going to happen. This one, I looked through the paperwork and it says we are not allowing people to participate in this list of countries, which, as you can see, includes the United States. So if you were like me and you were somewhere in the United States looking to do this type of IDO, not going to work out for you. You can see a list of other countries. Most of Europe, you're going to be fine. And obviously, once again, you can try to VPN if you want to and participate that way, although there's risks to that. So be smart, be careful if that's the route you choose to go. If you are outside of the United States and you've decided that you want to participate in the Apollo-X IDO, then here's a little information on how to do that. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to purchase their native token. It's called paid, and you're going to need to stake it. Basically, if you come down here, before the actual IDO happens, they'll open up a pool, and anybody who wants to be in and participate in this will stake it. Your token is then staked for 14 days, it says. So you're going to have it locked up for a little while. You can't do anything or sell anything with it, but you just get to sit in there and wait and wonder and see what happens. It says the probability of winning is based on the number of total valid whitelist applicants. So it looks like everybody who puts money into this pool sits back and waits, and randomly a certain selection of them gets their order fulfilled and gets to swap for the token. So it's another one of those kind of gambling, and you don't know how many people are going to participate. But if you hit it, good on you. You're going to end up winning. Like I said, not available in the US, so not an option for me. All right, that kind of wraps things up. But before we go, I do want to look at one last thing that we learned from that initial Medium article. So as you can see here, it talks about the initial exchange offering, and it says it's going to be later this month, which isn't really very specific and kind of leaves us out to wonder, which is why I'm doing all these videos to prepare so that I'm ready when it does launch. But one other thing I noticed when I was digging around here is that it's got some information on these meta posters. So these have been on sale for many, many months. They've been doing a sale every Saturday of these NFT posters, and these provide you with some in-game benefits. So depending on how many of them you collected and which ones you collected, you get different benefits. And the thing is, there's a good chance that this also will somehow affect your tokens when you purchase your initial tokens. Whether that means it's easier to get them at one of these IDOs, whether it means that you get a bonus for purchasing some. The way that this company's been running things, I would not be surprised about that. You can see all the dates for these NFT poster drops. The 25th, the 30th, the 26th, September 2nd, even then for another one here, August 26th. It's all right around the end of the month. So it is my serious suspicion that this token is probably going to drop somewhere in that window, the 25th through the 30th, and, around there. And that's when we're going to get a chance at these IDOs and these exchanges. But like I said, in the meantime, prepare. We'll get our Solana ready. We'll get our wallets ready. We'll get to test out these exchanges and get to know how they work. That way, on the day that this thing hits, boom, we're ready. All right? Do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you got a comment, if you got a question, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of sort of technical videos on how to pick up the token. If you want me to do one more on my review of the actual game and what I think of the game, I'd be happy to do that. I've studied the game a lot. But like I said, there's a lot of those out there, so that's why I'm not doing it. Let me know in the comments, though, what you would like to see more of, and I'll be happy to bring it to you. You guys have a wonderful day with much aloha.